Hey guys, Omni here. We're about to check out the live-action Halo series over at Paramount Plus. I don't know how this reaction is going to go as far as how you guys are going to see it just yet, because this is, of course, from Viacom CBS. They're extremely strict and really weird about copyright and all that here on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to try to get this episode public for you guys to see how this whole thing plays out, because I've been really looking forward to this show ever since they announced it like 100 years ago. You know, this feels like it's been such a long time coming now. It's almost like unbelievable that it's actually here. It's there, right there before my eyes. It's a little weird, but we've seen the trailers. Looks fantastic. Of course, it's its own adaptation. It's its own world. I've played all the games. I have that knowledge. So that said, I'm going to go into this letting it tell its own story. I might reference some things here and there if needed, but I'm going to give this a chance to just kind of tell the story it wants to tell, do what it wants to do. We're in the silver timeline, so I'm not going to be beholden to what's come before, as long as the essence and core of the story, the themes, the world, the mythology comes through in the end. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they pull this thing together. Now, like I was mentioning about the copyright, I don't know how this video is going to look. Who knows? The reaction, if you get to see it, who knows? We might have to put some transparency on it, a watermark. I might even have to remove it altogether and do like a link to another video. I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to go just yet. So we're going to be experimenting, because I do want to share this experience with you guys. I don't really want to lock it off or anything like that. But like I said, Viacom's the way they are. That said, if you enjoy this reaction, I hope you stick around and hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Maybe even give it a little like. I'd really appreciate that. If you want to see the full-length, unedited reaction to this, you can check that out over Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gives you access as well. Along with that, you get the watch-alongs for all the other shows we cover on the channel, as well as a bunch of exclusive movie reactions that are over there, where at the start of the month, you actually get to put out suggestions to what we add to that list at the end of each month. Monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, got a whole bunch of stuff over there that I try to make it worth your while, since you are going out of your way to support the channel and help us make this content and better, improve it. But of course, I know not everybody can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, and help us out with that dreaded, evil YouTube algorithm. That all said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into episode 1 of Halo. Planet Madrigal. Tier 4 heavy water extraction planet. UEG or colonies. Year 2552.
Madrigal, the galaxy's highest concentration of heavy hydrogen. Power your ships and power your drugs.
Oh no. First contact, I guess. Man, that's the name of the episode, is Contact.
Oh, it's us! I'm kidding!
Oh! Holy shit! Her friend popped like a goddamn balloon. Wow, they really showed off just how devastating the Covenant's plasma weapons are, just a normal non-armored infantry, man. Dude. Jeez, man. Dude, they look good. I always kind of forget how big they are compared to like normal people, not just, you know, Spartans. They're jeez. Massive, man. Jeez, man. I like that we're introduced to them like from the ground floor, from like just your normal resistance folks, because like, and that we're playing into the separatists that stand against the UNSC. We're starting from that perspective too. Oh. Oh. I'll give it though. That plasma rifle looks clean. Oh, dude. Whoa, he looks so good. Really? You're gonna fuck with... Holy shit, yes.
Silver team, engage.
Oh, demon. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this. Dude, I like that. Cutting into the HUD. Oh, a little cheesy, but I like it. Ooh. Hell yeah, dude, get him. Oh, I like how you can see his shield's losing its effectiveness and popping. Oh, it's so clean. Oh, damn. Oh, get some, dude. I do kind of wish that we went with actual, like, Chief's actual team. I love it. The little details. Man, they fucked this place up. They didn't stand a chance, though, if the Spartans didn't show up. Oh, he's about to get jumped by something. Yeah, she's about to get some tragedy right up in here. Oh! Dude, he got a regular old Roshan. Might get that if you play Jedi Academy.
Covenant forces on planet Madrigal neutralized. 20 elite warriors killed, 150 civilians. No survivors. Correction. 1 survivor.
Wait, don't just leave.
Dude, nice.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating for some kind of object. Unclear as to its nature. Retrieving now.
The emblem. Yeah. I think it wants to report on that because if we stay consistent, they can't activate that. It's a good chance. Ooh, the sound effect. Ah. Well, damn. Hey, that's a lot faster than they are in the game. Ooh, reach.
We've been fighting these alien creatures for years and we still have no idea what they want, where to find them, or how to beat them.
Okay, so it's not first contact. So they didn't change that. That's still left up in the air, but that was just our first, that colony's first contact, at least, with them. High Charity. Okay, we're getting the Covenant side too. Yeah, this is a big old deviation here. Just the way that conversation went, I didn't know who was actually in charge. It would be really weird if they had they were following a human. But she is human, so I guess they know they need... They know at least already by this point they need a human touch to activate the Forerunner constructs.
I saw things when I touched the object. Woods, a white dog, a family.
He's remembering.
Until we know more about that object, I'd like you to keep your distance from it.
Copy that.
He's...
Pride, and I
gave it my best.
I believe you.
Little keys, big keys.
Selling Dr. Halsey's Spartans.
You know, you are a lot like her.
Ouch.
I mean that.
Anyway.
I take a little offense.
Kwan was badly wounded in the air attack on Madrigal. Despite our best efforts, she succumbed to her injuries. Sometimes you have to make hard choices to get good results.
Now who's sounding like Halsey?
I was thinking the same thing, actually. That's an interesting switch up of dynamics.
What is it you like?
Nuts. Bolts. Microchips.
He's funny.
I think he's having memories.
What?
I thought you'd sealed those memories.
He is not even certain that they're his memories. For the moment, they're just visions. Something's... I can't breathe.
Ship's oxygen levels dropping.
Oh, they're remotely shutting down the oxygen in the ship.
Take down the oxygen in 117 suit. Don't drop the O2 below 40. I want him unconscious, not dead.
Damn.
I'll send an escort of Pelicans.
I need more than an escort, Captain. Put out the alarm. Scramble everyone to landing bay. Full Soren protocol.
Master Chief has been compromised by the object you located on Madrigal. When that ship lands, I want you to secure and protect Master Chief.
Going rogue.
If they go after Chief, they're not friendlies. Correct, Dr. Halsey?
Correct.
Hell yeah. Oh, God. It's like a mix of like... It's like we're prematurely doing some Halo 5.
Kwan,
Don't move.
you're gonna need to listen to me.
What did you do to me? Stop messing with that stuff.
I am trying to get control of the flight.
I will kill you.
I mean, you'll try.
This is Mark 6 Mjolnir armor. The outer layer is enhanced titanium. You won't even dent it.
He's gonna take off his helmet.
If you want me dead, you'll need to aim up here.
That's how you get some trust.
I think he just took off his helmet.
Love how they just refer to him as it.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to help you. If the ship lands, they will remove you and execute you.
Why would a Spartan do that?
I don't know.
I kinda like it in some ways. I'm a little like, it's a little odd that this is like how they're exploring John's humanity. Because honestly, man, it's interesting. It's definitely way different. But you loot. We'll see. We'll see. We're not there yet. So I was like, it's part of that juiciness of the Cortana John relationship that brings that out of him. That's what I really love about how they do it in the games. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Work faster, Kwan!
I'm trying.
Manual mode. You are now in manual mode.
Halt the ship before you can load fire controls. Knock it down!
Damn.
What do we do? Master Chief!
4 Spartans versus Reach. What the fuck? What the hell?
What did you just do?
It shut down everything except, or did it just draw all the power from everything around it into the Pelican? I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. But I'm along for the ride. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I think the production value is really good in this show. From when I can see it. I don't know if it's me. I know we've had some really terrible storms all day long today. So I don't know if that's part of the reason or if it's literally Paramount Plus. But like the especially in the it cleared up a little bit. It's still really fuzzy towards the end. But like there in the beginning, it was like potato, like so I couldn't see a fair amount of it. But like from what I can tell and what I've seen from the trailers, which were crisp, the production value is really good. I really like the suits. I like the sound design, and I like the pace that they built into it because the show kicked right off with that intro. Like even before we get like the actual intro sequence to the show, which I liked, it was really interesting, like seeing like the armor form like sand around John. It was really cool. I like that. Music in the show is really good. But like that whole like introduction to the Spartans from the ground level, kind of playing up like the insurrectionists' point of view on the UNSC, the kind of mythological vibe that the Spartans kind of give off throughout the systems, the human colonies, you know, especially from the insurrectionists. Like she said, like, it's like, I've seen your propaganda, your face is plastered everywhere, you're the UNSC's like golden boy, you're everything they're proud of, you're the best weapon they've ever created and all this jazz. And it's like hard for anybody that has not encountered a Spartan to really grasp what it's like to encounter one. But then everything changed when the Covenant attacked. But they've been fighting the Covenant for a while, so I'm guessing like Harvest and all that stuff has already kind of happened. Reach hasn't been hit yet. So, but who knows? Maybe they won't even do that in this, which is like my favorite storyline from the mainline universe is the whole, like everything surrounding the Planet Reach and the initial kind of like not start, but when the Covenant Human War really kicked off. It's like one of my favorite parts in like the whole canon. So who knows? Who knows what they'll do with that? So Cortana, the seeds for Cortana kind of set in the background. We haven't really got to that point yet. We see Halsey's experiments with cloning, which is part of the process that leads to Cortana. So that's interesting as well to see how we kind of see like an actual like little Halsey laying down there in that tube. She's told to terminate. I don't know where Kwan's going to fit into the big picture of things. We got a human on the Covenant side that they're using to operate this Forerunner technology. We've got John with this rogue artifact that awakens some of his repressed memories. And it seems like during the process, rather than rooting them out or anything like that, that they suppress those memories or finagled with the mind to make them forget that they had a life before the Spartan program, and that touching this thing and the energy that it puts out revitalized a lot of those neurons in his head and allowed him to kind of like access some parts of his mind that was not allowed to him since the inception of this whole thing. So he's starting to question like orders and all that, but because up to this point, obviously that's why they have this impression of being machines. You know, they are just order, execute, and you know, since touching this thing, he's like, let's break protocol, send the rest of my squad away, while he stayed behind with it, kind of pondering the whole thing. And then that caused him to be like, go full on rogue when they asked him to execute this refugee. Little extreme. Really quick escalation of events. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird so far. And I'm not even talking like on how they're doing it with the games versus how they're doing it in the show. I just think like even in the show, I feel like the A to B for Chief is strange, especially in some of the choices that he made in the beginning. Not the beginning, sorry, and towards the end of the episode. I don't know if I can reconcile that with like just a switch being flipped in him, that he would go this far just out of like a little hesitation in the order. I don't know, given like what's been going up to this point, because like I mean, I don't want to keep bringing it back to the games, but like, you know, the whole thing and evolution of Master Chief in the games as a character is he is very much orders, execute, do them. He'll do them in a roundabout way, but he will get the job done. It might not be exactly how you want it. Things might not go according to plan, but he will execute the mission. And the whole thing about that is he's just full steam ahead always. And, you know, there's this dynamic that develops with Cortana, the AI that he gets installed in his suit, that their friendship that they develop kind of gives him a sense of humanity. And there's also this dichotomy that forms between the two of them, where he's more the machine and the AI is the one really grounding and bringing out his humanity. And this, they're like, we're just going to get that out of the way and have the Forerunner just, all right, man, here's some humanity in you. I guess so they can have a face behind the mask and have it kind of come out, and give him some emotional stuff to play around with early on rather than waiting for that to happen down the line. Or they could just be going a completely different route with it, and I'm on board for it. I think like the attention to detail, the level of care that is going into this, and of course there's going to be that pocket of the internet that's going to be upset about quite a lot of things that I'm sure they'll be vocal about just from this one episode, but I really like what they're doing. I think it's a fun thing to see how it goes. Now, personally, of course, for me, I always like seeing adaptations stay as faithful as possible because I like seeing that translation. But I like what they're doing so far. Though, one little other critique, and I like this episode, man. The action was great. The weapons was great. The fights were great. The Covenant was awesome. That was cool. We saw High Charity. There's a lot of great things in here. So I feel like I'm just kind of nitpicking a little bit, and I probably am. So forgive me. I really enjoyed the episode. And I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of this. But like I was just like, damn, that whole like disclaimer made me forget what I was actually going to say. Like is like the only other thing that the final nitpick that I wanted to go in here is if we were going to give John like a little unit in here, I don't know why we had to make up like new people, and change it from blue team to silver team. Cause like, you know, you just could have easily have went with the core, like original group that he was part of, like his unit, you know, Kelly, Sam, Fred, Linda. There's plenty to pick from blue team. So I don't know why we made up new people for that. Just minor little nitpick. They could have just went with them and it would have been fine. Nobody would have known the difference. It was just been, I don't know, just one itsy bitsy little thing that I kind of would have liked them to do a little different here. But who knows? We could end up liking these new Spartans. I do like they're like anybody that's against the chief. I don't know their names yet. I know the one with the sniper rifle is Kai. That's all I know right now. But like the big dude was just kind of like, if anybody says good chief, they're the enemy. Whatever he said. I was like, I like that little like side pocket standoff that they had. Not standoff, that little like aside they had with Halsey, who's like, listen, I know what they said, but this is actually what I'm going to tell you to do. And I like that they have an allegiance to her more than they do to Command, which is interesting. That shows a little bit of the power dynamic that can shift on a dime with Halsey and her Spartans. And I'd really like to see if this Halsey gets as bold, I'll say, as the one in the games. I don't know. I like the casting for Halsey. I like all the casting so far. I think it's pretty interesting. And it's like, especially like, I've been pretty impressed with the casting so far. I think everybody's doing a really good job. I think overall for what they're doing, there's at times I do get a little bit of like a Starship Troopers kind of vibe here and there. Obviously not like in the parody aspects of it, but honestly, some of it. This is like the imagery, the idea of it, the talk about propaganda and all that. Like, I don't know, that on top of the way the Marines kind of do look, like it just, it does like give me some like Starship Trooper vibes. Like if there was like a serious, edgy version of Starship Troopers. I thought this was a solid start to the show, and I'm really excited to see what the other 7 episodes bring, how they flesh out this story, because I do think that's right. I think there's only 8 episodes of this first season, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. But I really liked how they introduced everything into this, got the ball rolling. They're definitely setting their own footprint in the Halo mythos, setting the Silver timeline off in its own little deviation. So honestly, as much as I can draw comparisons from what we're seeing to the games and stuff like that, I have no idea where this is going to go. I have no idea what they're going to do. And honestly, that kind of makes me a little excited. As much as I would have liked a faithful adaptation, I do kind of like being kept on my toes and kind of like giving into this Halo multiverse, if you will. Yeah, it's fun. And right off the gate, we're starting off with and right out of the gate, we're starting off with John and the face reveal. You know, it's been like, what, 20-some years, and we've yet to see John's face. We've seen his eyes in the games, but that's it. You know, I don't know. I don't mind him, man. I think he looks good. I think the only other hardest thing to get past is we got the voice actress playing Cortana in the show, and we heard her in the trailer already, and that's feels nice. It feels comfortable. I still got to get it used to not hearing the voice of Chief from the games. I think that's going to be my biggest hurdle here in the beginning, but that's not a big hurdle to get over in the end, because everything else is just so steeped in the aesthetic of the universe that, you know, Bungie and 343 have built and carried on. But guys, what did you think of the first episode? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join our conversation in the Discord. Links to that on my socials are down below as well. I hope you follow me on each and every one of those. If you're interested, remember the full-length, unedited reactions on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Philly Vane, York, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support, and everybody over there as well that's been supporting the channel, and everybody here that is keeping this thing alive, thriving, and going, helping us win that war against the YouTube algorithm. You know, screw the Covenant. That's who the real enemy is. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you all next week with episode 2 of Halo the series. Take care, everybody.